Okay, he's back. This will be part two of our segment on the great Vladimir Klitschko. Ready? One, two, three. Let her go.
Hey, Graham, how are you? Thanks again. Sorry, guys, we had a little bit of a glitch in the system here. It's internet is internet, right? So we're gonna start her up again and start from here. All right, Graham, thanks a lot for coming out, guys. Likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions have been fantastic. I wanna thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So tonight, Graham, we're gonna talk about Vitali Klitschko. I used to call him the Russian Cyborg, like I was saying before we got cut off, but everybody in the ring used to call him Dr. Iron Fist. He was an absolute monster, massive guy, 6'9", 246 pounds. It doesn't get much bigger than that. He's from Russia, Kazakhstan, and he was a three-time world heavyweight champion. 3 times. That's unbelievable. So he's the second longest WBC champion of all time, which is, you're talking guys like Tyson and Holyfield and Ali, all these guys. He's the second longest of anybody in the history of the heavyweight division. He was the WBO heavyweight champion in 1999 to 2000, so he held that for a year. Ring Magazine title from 2004, 2005. WBC title twice from 2008, 2013. He had an amazing record. All right, he had a pro record. We don't have any information on his amateur record because I believe the Russians don't want to. I think he was in the military, so they don't release that kind of information to us. The only thing out there is his pro record. So he definitely did his time in the military because it's mandatory in Russia. So that's probably what he did. Is he was learning kickboxing and martial arts and stuff before he became a boxer, and that happened when he was basically he was the Russians disbanded the country. You know what I mean? So they went into smaller countries. I believe it was called the USSR, and then they became Kazakhstan and Belarus and all these smaller little countries. And then that's where he decided he was going to become a boxer. So he had a pro record, which was phenomenal. Guys, check this guy's record. He's unbelievable. 47 fights, all right? 45 wins, all right? That's unbelievable. He's only had 2 losses in his complete career, all right? He was never knocked out, ever. He lost 2 decisions, one to Lennox Lewis, and actually, I believe he lost twice to Lennox Lewis. Right on Lennox. One by decision and one by a TKO. So he was never knocked out. It was a technical knockout. So Lennox Lewis basically was the only guy that ever got up on him out of all the guys he fought. And guys, if you go and check out his fights, he's a monster. Like, he's a really big guy. And he's got skill beyond skill for a guy that size. Guys that size don't normally have the ability that he had. He could run around the ring. He could fight. He could punch. He had mega power. 41 knockouts out of 47 fights. That's super impressive. So he had crazy power. That gives him, Graham, check this out. This is the highest I've seen. 87.7% knockout percentage in his career. Whoa, that's that's almost 90% of the guys that he fought basically ate the canvas, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think a lot of guys were really striving to fight this guy because he just beat people up. That's what he did. I used to call him the Russian Cyborg because to me, Russians, there's a lot of them out there, and they train differently. Their coaching's differently, and everything's different with the Russians. It's even their Olympic teams. They're unbelievable. They sort of have this look about them they're not looking at you, they're looking through you. That's the crazy part about the Russians. So had that ability to just look right through you. He wasn't scared of anybody, obviously, and he did the job every time. So, hey, Vitali, if you're out there watching Neil the Deal here, guys, thanks a lot, Vitali. You were smoking, just crunching, and I was thoroughly impressed every time I saw you. So, Lennox, nice work, I just want to say. Canada. Come on, Lennox. You're my man. Lennox, if you're out there, I really want you to come on the show. That would, again, be one of the highlights of my career. You are the biggest fighter in Canadian history, I think, other than George Chuvalo. We have got, George is George, right? So, but Lennox, he just basically, George handed him the Canadian sort of, he's the Canadian icon in boxing, Lennox, right? So he did go to England and started fighting for the UK, but we all know he was from Kitchener, Ontario, like Sid told us, right? Hey, Sid, if you're out there watching, Sid, I'm coming, brother. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, yeah. We're going to get this done, Sid. I love you, buddy. All right. So he had a phenomenal career. He won his first 27 fights. Graham. He was 27-0.
Wow.
Right off the hop. Like, boom, 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 boom. And I don't know the stat on how many knockouts he had, but basically everybody got knocked out. 41 knockouts and 45 wins. So he knocked out everybody, basically, I believe. Yeah, he would have, because he only lost the 2. So everybody he fought got knocked out. Besides Lewis. That was it. So what a specimen that guy is. Like, when you see him in the ring, guys, and you go check out his fights, that guy's scary. Like, he's actually a scary guy. I'd be standing up. I'm probably at his waist. 6'9". What am I going to do? Give him the old low blow? Yeah, sure, that wouldn't work too well, would it? Try throwing a low blow at a guy like that. He'd just probably stand there. He'd tear your head off with his teeth. He'd be out of control. He wouldn't even flinch. So he was a monster of a man. And he has a brother. We're going to talk about him tomorrow, guys. I'm going to give you a little heads up. He does have a brother who is also a boxer. I'm not going to say too much about it, but we're gonna put him in the spotlight tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Klitschko brothers. We're talking about Vitali today, and Vladimir tomorrow. So unbelievable. It's a fight, and they've made their mark, both of them, like, fantastically. The first fight was November 16th, 1996. It was a win, obviously. And his last fight was September 8th, 2012. And he won 13 matches straight after he had the losses to Lewis, right? He retired December 15th, 2013 as champion. So he went out, with a bang. And that to me, honestly, Graham, is pretty good. When you can actually leave the sport that you love, the sport that you've given your heart, soul, everything, you've sacrificed your family, your friends, and you're the champion, and you just retire as champion. I think that's an amazing feat in itself. So, Vladimir, if you're out there, my friend, thank you very much for exciting fights, fantastic punching power. His body shots were incredible. His footwork for a guy that size was amazing. He used to go at you. That's why I used to call him the cyborg, because you throw punches at him, but he just kind of like laugh at you. You know what I mean? Like, he'd just be laughing at you, and then he'd just come right at you like this. You're like, I don't think so. I don't freaking think so. And that would be it. He's 250 pounds. So he's a heck of a fighter. We don't have much information about what he's doing now, right? He's in Russia, I guess, or they call it. What do they call that now, Graham? That region? Is there a name for it?
Well, I believe he's the mayor of Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's not a lot of information about him over here, but that's interesting. I kind of did some research, but yeah, he's become a politician or something, because he's very, very famous. Obviously, he's a very famous guy. So over there. So thank you, Graham, for that tidbit. He's the mayor of Kiev in the Ukraine now. So congratulations, Vitali. You're a humanitarian around the world, like Neil the Deal. I love that stuff. That's my favorite stuff. I love the charity work. I'm sure he's doing a lot of that. He's helping out the people that need the help. You can kind of see it in his demeanor, and obviously, being the mayor, he's doing a service to the community now. I'm sure he's probably helping in the boxing for the kids. Like, these guys are pretty standard. They're gonna pass on the craft. So I'm sure he has some sort of gym, or he's giving training lessons to the kids. So God bless him, man. Thanks a lot for all your great fights. Guys, Talkin' Fight fans, Neil the Deal Show fans, go on YouTube. Take a look at the Klitschkos. They're a devastating team, brothers. And you don't really see that many brothers, Graham, in the heavyweight division. I'm thinking, right? Like, can you think of any?
We were talking about this the other day. There are brothers who are boxers,
right?
But not heavyweights.
Right.
So
like, what do they do? Eventually, they got to fight each other, I guess.
That's what I was asking, whether or not there's any example of that in history.
Yeah, that's an interesting. If you guys can comment about that, or if anybody has any information about that, I'm not even sure now that I think about it. Did they ever actually fight against each other, the two brothers, for a title?
That's a great Google question. Let me just.
That is a wicked Google question. Yeah.
It's one of those
where you're thinking, did he have to actually fight his little brother for the title? Because his little brother, we're going to talk about him tomorrow, was as good, if not better. Like, better than him. He's I don't know, man. They obviously work together. So we're gonna do a little more stuff on him tomorrow, Vladimir, and guys out there.
Sorry. They never fought each other.
No, eh?
No, they never did.
I never remember. I would have remembered that for sure. Like, that'd be something you'd be like, oh, it's like you got hockey players like the Stromers. They'll play against each other in the NHL, or the Sutters, or the Hunters, right? They'll always play against each other, but I guess those guys made a family pact or something. Like, if you're the title holder, I ain't trying to take the title. You've already got it for the family. I think that's probably the way. And if they didn't have it, one of them went to get it. You know what I mean? Like, they just basically, oh, you don't have it? I'll go get it. Okay, you don't have it? I'll go get it. So it's a pretty. They're definitely tight. They're really tight brothers, and they've obviously trained together for many, many years. So
okay, here's one for you. Someone's listening and comments. How about Leon and Michael Spinks?
There you go. Thank you very much.
That's so they cool. Did fight each other?
I don't know. I don't think so. They were heavyweights. They never fought each other. No chance.
Hang on.
No. It didn't happen. Try that one, guys. Let's see. Graham's going to look it up for us, guys. So anyways, while he's doing that, I want to thank all the fans, guys. Likes, shares, comments, and the subscriptions have been fantastic. I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people. Amanda, thank you very much for everything, sweetie. We love you. I'll always love you, babe. And I want to say hi to my friends, CKR. Thanks, guys, for taking care of Neil the Deal. You'll always be in my heart. I love you guys. Thanks, eh? You're awesome. And I love all you too. You're all equal. I love every one of my fans, all the people I meet on the streets, everybody coming up to me saying, hey, man, didn't I see you? Yeah. Are you that guy? I'm like, yeah, I am. Yeah. I love you all, guys. Thanks a lot. My heart goes out to you. And yeah, I just want to say, keep them coming. The shows are going to be getting better and better. And there's a lot of guests we're going to be having. We're going to be doing the Wednesday night live thing with guests. And let's hope they have time. Basically they everybody's busy and doing stuff. And, like Troy, we talked about him the other night, and Troy Ross is down in the Caribbean coaching Jean Pascal. So we're going to hope that some of the guys decide to come out. All right. And Sid Vanderpool, if you're out there watching, sir, I'm getting ready for you, brother. I'm putting gas in the car, and I'm driving to Kitchener 3 times a week. So
you're gonna have a heart attack. You're gonna have a heart attack.
I will, but that's okay. I'll die happy.
Okay, I found out a little bit of trivia. Leon and Michael Spinks both won Olympic gold and world heavyweight titles. One beat Ali, the other only lost to Mike Tyson. Now, one brother lives in a luxury $5 million house in America's East Coast. The other is a cleaner at the YMCA, 1,000 miles away, earning a minimum wage of $5 an hour.
Yeah. So Leon was the one doing the cleaning, and Michael was the one making the money.
That was a few years ago, so I'm curious to know what they're doing now. But
yeah, maybe we'll check out the Spinks brothers. That's a good one. We'll talk about the Spinks brothers later this week. We're going to do that, guys.
Yeah,
that's a cool one. I like the Spinks brothers. Leon with the no teeth. Remember him? Leon with the no teeth. Basically was a 1,000 to 1 long shot to beat Ali. And then Spinks was the title holder, and Tyson basically chewed him up and spit him out in about 30 seconds.
So
One round, 2 rounds, it was like.
So it went like this. In the mid-'80s, 1985, they were the heavyweight champions. They became the only brothers to have held the World Heavyweight Championships and kept that distinction until the Klitschko brothers.
Wow, there you go. That's it. There's all the information right there. So the Klitschkos and the Spinks are the only brothers to actually do that. That's amazing, really, in the history of boxing, right? So, you know, in hockey and stuff, like I said, it happens the odd time because families have multiple kids and they all play hockey, so they end up playing against each other. But not very often. No, like that. What's that? 2 times, Graham, in the history of boxing. So
well, in
we're
the
going to
heavyweight.
talk about the Spinks later on this week, guys. I think that's going to be a nice episode. I always loved those guys. They were great. They won gold medals for the United States, and we can talk about them. I like them, you know. And it's really unfortunate, like Graham just said, that the one brother was a multimillionaire and the other brother was basically homeless. So I'm sure, I hope the one brother helped out the other brother at least a bit. You know, I would help out my little brother or whatever, you know. I'm not going to let him starve or anything, you know. If I'm making $1 million a year and he's scrubbing floors, I don't know. I'd have to give him something, you know what I mean? So, guys, thanks again. We're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a little tidbit tomorrow night. We're going to talk about his brother, Vladimir Klitschko. And I want to thank you for coming. I really appreciate you guys watching. And the likes and the shares and the subscriptions and the comments have been really, like, here we go. We've got comments coming flying in right as we go. So keep them coming, guys. We really appreciate it. Because, again, without you, we wouldn't be here. And I'm just I'm giving her all I got. So thank you very much again. Graham, thanks for having me. And guys, we'll talk to you soon. Remember, stay safe. Every day, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family and friends. And right, stay off the pipe. And don't forget the wife.
All right.
All right, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks a lot for everything. Neil the Deal. Peace and out.